Hi friends, it's Ashley and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about new cozy fantasy books that are coming out soon. And we're going to be looking at May and June releases. I only have one May cozy fantasy release to talk about, so that is why I am combining May and June together. Cozy fantasy is, I feel like, still very much a niche, and so not as many cozy fantasy books come out each month as, say, YA fantasy or romantasy books. So first, let's talk about the one cozy fantasy coming out in May, and then I have 4 to share with you that are coming out in June, and as usual, we'll talk about those in order of release date from soonest to latest. Book number 1 comes out on May 19th, and it's Startup Hell by Caitlin Rosakis. So our main character in this one is Morgan, and her mother is a kick-ass, world-saving demon slayer shadow console wizard. But Morgan, she has magic dyslexia, and she also does not like violence, so she took a different career path, and so she is a junior salesperson at a tech startup. However, leaving work late one night, she discovers her boss dead from the effort of summoning a demon to trade his soul in order to make his quarterly target. So this demon, who is disturbingly attractive, is trapped here until he can find someone that will trade their soul. And so Morgan is trying to get the demon out of the building when she runs into her mother, who is there because someone summoned demons, and so she's there to get down to the bottom of things. And in the process of trying to protect Luke from her mother, she ends up getting sucked into the infernal plane, into hell, and learns that it really is a corporate nightmare. The only way for her to get home is to deliver a human soul of her own. And now she has a dilemma because while her coworkers are really annoying, she's not willing to sacrifice their souls. And so our story goes from there. Just like the idea of fantasy elements in the corporate world colliding just sounds like it's going to be so entertaining. Book number 2 comes out on June 16th, and it's Slime Sweets and Dungeon Treats by Pandora Pierce. So the tagline of this book is "Forget about fighting monsters, be a slime friend instead." That tagline alone makes me want to pick it up because it reminds me of one of my favorite cozy anime, which is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. So the synopsis for this one reads, when Hazel wakes up in a dungeon full of monsters, she's told to choose a weapon and start fighting. Instead, she picks a grilled cheese because who needs weapons when you got food? The system rewards her ridiculous decision with a brand new class, Culinary Mage. Instead of grinding monsters, Hazel's winning over slimes with homemade treats and discovering that a good meal can do far more than fill an empty stomach. With her new food-based skills, Hazel opens a cozy little cafe in the middle of the dungeon. Before long, all kinds of monsters are flocking to her door for treats. Slimes are evolving before her eyes, and even other adventurers begin wondering if there's more to life than fighting their way to the next floor. But in a dungeon built for battle, can Hazel really change the rules with nothing but delicious food, stubborn optimism, and a pack of hungry slimes? Featuring found family, whimsical magic, and a sprinkle of romance, Slime Sweets and Dungeon Treats is a cozy lit RPG about building a home in the unlikeliest of places. This one just sounds absolutely adorable and heartwarming, and I love the whimsical, cozy idea of someone waking up in a dungeon and deciding, nope, I'm not gonna fight monsters. And instead, they open up a cozy little cafe in the dungeon. That just sounds so wonderful. Also, this one is by Pandora Pierce, which I read 2 of her other books this year, Legends and Librarians and Myths and Manuscript, and I loved both of those. The cozy vibes in both of those were just perfect, and so I will definitely be reading this one. Book number 3 comes out on June 16th, and it's Wildflower by Becky Jenkinson. I'm going to read the synopsis for this one because I think it gives a good overview of what the book is about. Cursed from birth to always tell the truth, magical florist Felicity Fliss Farrow chooses her words carefully to avoid trouble. But when she receives an anonymous request for a mysterious flower, her search leads her directly into trouble's path, to Willow Vane. Fliss knows the outcast, yet teasingly handsome, sorcerer is rumored to have used dark magic to corrupt the northern forest 5 years ago. She's witnessed the resulting feud with Prince Bastian, whom her best friend Card is soon to marry. Despite her divided loyalty, Fliss reluctantly accepts Will's help with gathering rare flowers and finds herself increasingly drawn to him. As the royal wedding approaches, Fliss fears the flowers she delivered are intended for a sinister purpose. But when her warnings are ignored, can she and Will save the kingdom from disaster and ultimately discover what Fliss has sought for so long, the truth? And the description also says that the book contains hand-drawn floral sketches inside, which makes me want to pick it up even more. Overall, I'm drawn to this one because I think the story is going to be really heartwarming, and I also like the fact that Fliss is a florist. Book number 4 comes out on June 24th, and it's 4 Weddings and a Fable by Lucy Rose Edwards. And this is book 2 in the Starling Vale series, but it's a series of interconnected standalones. This one is a spicy, cozy fantasy romance. The synopsis for this one just exudes coziness, so I'm going to read it. Lizette Lizzie Sunfell spends her days in the gentle clatter of her sewing machine and the soothing ritual of tea brewing in her shop. But when the 4 sisters of the Oakenshade clan arrive, each determined to have Lizzie's needlework at their wedding, she's drawn into a whirlwind of Orc customs, silken dreams, and one very reluctant chaperone. Torgan Oakenshade doesn't believe in human frippery or fables. He's only at Lizzie's shop because he can't let his sisters walk alone in a human town. But with each wedding dress Lizzie creates, he finds himself lingering a little longer, pulled in by her quiet smile and the gentle glow of her candles. As a powerful merchant threatens Lizzie's livelihood and ancient curses loom over their heads, Lizzie and Torgan must decide if they're willing to risk everything for a love neither of them plans. So this one just sounds utterly adorable. I love that our main female character is a seamstress, and also that our male love interest is grumpy. I love grumpy male love interests. And I also like that there is going to be outside conflicts as well with the threatening merchant and some curses, which I'm very intrigued to know more about these curses. And so overall, this one just sounds like it's going to be a really good fun time. Book number 5 and the final cozy fantasy book on this list comes out on June 29th. It's How to Charm a Viscount by Natasha J. Hastings. And this one is said to be perfect for Bridgerton lovers. And again, I'm going to read the synopsis of this one because I like how it's written. You are cordially invited to a most enchanted London season. The season's most eligible bachelor is Lord Blake, Viscount of Thorwood, classically handsome and obscenely rich. The unmarried ladies are sure to swoon at his feet. One must not forget Mr. Carstairs. He may not be titled, but he's most certainly rich and handsome in his own right. One might call him the underdog of the season. An unexpected interloper by the name of Miss Violet Bertram has appeared for the first time this year, a recent heiress with a most mysterious and magical aura. The Viscount and Mr. Carstairs seem to be completely spellbound by Miss Bertram. One might even say the depth of affections this young heiress has inspired feels almost like an enchantment. Will the season end with charmed suitors waiting at the foot, or is scandalous magical mischief afoot? So the thing that's making me most intrigued about this one is the fact that our main female character, she might have some type of magic, and so I'm very intrigued by that and want to know more about that. And so that combined with the romance element of this one is why it caught my eye. Alright, so those are 5 cozy fantasy books coming out between May and June. The one I'm most excited for is Slime Sweets and Dungeon Treats. Let me know down below which one you are most excited for. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye!